Live from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, we're going to be treated to a gorgeous day for baseball on the show. It's the Cleveland Guardians taking on the New York Yankees. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. About to get started here, and towing the slab here, Gerrit Cole.
Well, the big thing is that the way he holds his curveball, it's more of a knuckle curve, and because of that, it's less predictable in terms of the break for the hitter. That makes it that much harder to hit this guy.
Okay, all set to go. So in now for Cleveland, Stephen Kwan. Line to left, pulls up on it, and that's a base hit.
Wastes no time there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Kyle Manzardo. And that one fouled off. Yeah, that's fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Slides, but he can't come up with it. Throw holds him at second, but the go-ahead run now in scoring position, and still nobody out.
Back-to-back singles. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy. And a huge opportunity now to grab the lead at this point in the game.
Here's Jose Ramirez. This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. And they tack on 3. It's 3-0. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Fast hands to be able to hit that velocity fastball on the inside part of the plate. In my experience, when you're looking out over the plate, allowing the ball to travel, it's pure reaction to hit a pitch in that location. That's a tremendous swing.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Gerrit Cole is done in this one. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. Mark Leiter Jr. into the game, and he has some nasty breaking stuff. And now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana. And that one ripped into right, and that's just foul. Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add to the lead. It's 4-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Here comes Lane Thomas. Yeah, he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
That one fouled off.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. He flexes his power with that swing, and they boost their lead. It's 5-zip.
Back-to-back-to-back home runs, and these guys look so dominant right now. A pitcher might want to check and see if he's tipping his pitches or not. But I tell you what, if this was basketball, that opposing team would call a timeout to try to slow down this offense.
Angel Martinez digs in for the Guardians. To the right side. And he handles it himself for the out. Here's the Guardians lineup now. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Mark Leiter Jr. departs. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Out of the bullpen for the Yankees, Tim Hill.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Will Brennan digs in for the Guardians. Out there to center. And that'll fall for a base hit.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. To me, it's just a really controlled, balanced swing. He wasn't trying to do too much with it. Just stayed disciplined, got the barrel to the ball, and put it in play.
Takes it in for the out. Race to the bag, but he's safe. Good job to avoid the double play.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Here's Brian Rocchio, a switch hitter batting right. Out to short. Over to Goldie. And they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. But 9 batters hit in the inning. 5 come around to score. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Guardians 5 and the Yankees nothing. And we're back. And today on the hill, Tanner Bybee.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
And stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. That's out to center field. Thomas makes the grab, 1 down. As we take a look now at the New York Yankees lineup. Saying they got their work cut out for them, down a busload already in this one.
And a manager does not want to see his hitters going to the plate swinging like it's a home run derby. He wants hitters to put together quality at bats, play the game that you've been playing and that you've been taught to play with this organization, and go out there and move the line. If you do that, you're going to score some runs. Maybe you don't win this ball game, but at least you have some momentum to carry into the next one.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. stands in now and watches strike 1. 1 out, base is empty. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
That one ripped. That's back. Hauls it in on the warning track. Here comes Aaron Judge. This to third. Throw off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
We all know that first inning can be a critical one in terms of guys settling in and the tone being set for the game. So this isn't what you're looking for on defense. 2-out errors are a lot like 2-out walks, but maybe even worse because your pitcher did his job to get what should have been the last out of that inning.
1-1.
Fastball for a strike at 95. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. One left for the Yankees. Still looking at that 5-0 deficit. Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, top of the second, here's the Cleveland leadoff hitter, Stephen Kwan. Hill back to work. Swings and blasts one deep to left center, and that should be extra bases.
The batter, number 9.
And next is the designated hitter, Kyle Manzardo. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Liner caught at second.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. He's already homered here in this one. Here's a rocket out to left. Dominguez makes the catch, and there are 2 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Now a screamer into the outfield. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. Guardians leave 1 as they are unable to add to their 5-0 lead. We head to the bottom of the second, and now the DH, Giancarlo Stanton. By 26 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2021. Up and in, and that is ball 1.
Pretty smart not to serve something up for him right there. He's really good at hitting the first pitch.
Bybee winds and deals. And there's a foul ball. The 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. The wind and the pitch. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit.
Batting 6, the catcher.
So man aboard. And next for New York, Austin Wells.
Yeah.
And he takes a strike.
0-1.
Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. And here's Paul Goldschmidt. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance. Hits the fence. Runner comes in from second to score, and they cut the lead. It's an RBI single. It's 5-1.
He was all over that one. He hit the ball so well right there, and I really thought it was going to carry out of here, but that's definitely the big part of the yard, and you just really have to get a hold of one to drive it out in that part of the ballpark. But you can't be mad about driving one off the wall.
Foul ball there. There's a swing and a drive. Back there. Say goodbye to that one. He'll touch them all. It's 5-4.
That's a great way to fire up this crowd. They're feeling it now. No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in the spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
Swinging a foul out of play. Trying to close out a one-run lead. And the home team trying to pull it out. That's in there. Our plate umpire, Earl Hendricks.
Yeah, with Hendricks, Boo, kind of interesting. He's a good, consistent umpire, but you do hear that he kind of favors one side of the plate more than the other. So it's really hard to know for sure, but I think that usually it has to do something with where he sets up prior to each pitch. Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field.
Ramirez. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. Flied to right his first time. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Oh, and this one's blasted. High and deep. It's on its way. Out of here. Ball game. He made him pay for that one, and they walk it off.
Hitting a walk-off homer is the kind of thing you dream about growing up. You're in the backyard, you're creating the most pressure-packed scenario, and what do? You come through with the big swing. Well, he was living a childhood moment right there. Nice swing of the bat, nice win for the team.
A 7-5 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.